Ladies and gentlemen, over the years, we have made what seems like a billion videos on tires, especially Maxxis, since it's like the biggest brand in North America, at least for mountain bike tires, and kind of the king in the ring. So today, I'm going to tell you my personal absolute favorite Maxxis Tire Combos, as in front and rear combos, for basically all riding disciplines, downhill all the way to cross country. There is a ton of overlap. There is a ton of too many models for Maxxis tires, and a lot of people just want simplicity. That's what I'm going to try to do in this video. Okay, so these days, people are running what used to be considered full-blown downhill tires on their enduro bikes and even their trail bikes. So, I don't know, put whatever tires you want on your bike depending on what you're doing with it. We have a video which is the Maxxis Tire Guide 2020 where I go into much more detail about all of the Maxxis models and kind of the concept of like why XC bikes would have lighter weight, faster rolling tires and why downhill bikes need more durable, grippier, larger tires. So watch that if you're curious on that. So I'm gonna start at kind of the downhill slash enduro slash super enduro section and work my way to the best cross-country tire combos. I don't have too many of them, and I'm gonna leave out a lot of Maxxis models, and I'm sure a ton of people are gonna comment, why the hell did you leave out blah, blah, blah?
Oh, come on, guys. It's so simple. Maybe you need a refresher course. Hey!
But that's not the point. I wanna make this the simplest possible video. So, number one, if you want the absolute most traction, you're on a downhill bike or an enduro bike or a super enduro bike or whatever, you gotta go with the double ass combo, as I like to call it.
Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
And it's an Assegai tire front and rear. I do think this is the grippiest tire on the planet and the grippiest tire Maxxis has ever made. They worked with professional World Cup downhill racer Greg Menard to make this thing. It is amazing, and keep in mind, it's not the lightest and not the fastest rolling, but that's not the point. You run the double ass combo because you want the absolute most traction. That's the double ass combo. Now, if you want to go a little bit lighter, DHF and Dissector. So DHF is the iconic Maxxis tire that's won countless World Cups. Sam Hill used to run this thing front and rear. It was amazing. I think this combo, doing a DHF in the front and a Dissector rear, is kind of like the next step down from the double ass combo. It's still very tractiony, very grippy, but a little bit lighter weight and a little bit faster rolling because that Dissector is nice and light and nice fast rolling. A really good newer tire from Maxxis, once again developed with a professional World Cup racer, Troy Brosnan. You want to go even lighter? DHR2 in the front and a Dissector in the back. I recently did, actually that wasn't that recent, back in December, a trip in New Zealand with New Zealand Mountain Biking. Amazing trip. I usually run a little bit lighter tire setup on my trail bike, but when I went there with my Revel Rascal 130mm travel trail bike, I did a DHR2 in the front and a Dissector in the back. I really like that combo. I think it's like pretty durable, but still nice and lightweight and sheds mud really well. I personally feel that the DHR2 sheds mud better as just a tire in general, especially a front tire, than the DHF does, and I knew I was gonna get into some mud in New Zealand, so that's why I went with that combo. Once again, getting even lighter, DHR2 Rekon. That's what I have on my current trail bike and probably the most common tire combo that I use. Here's the reason. Where I'm riding most of the time is kind of like general trail slash enduro stuff on a 130mm travel bike. This is my current bike, Uno Dash. Absolutely love this thing, it's astonishing. DHR2 in the front, I love that tire. And then the Rekon in the back. It's a pretty lightweight setup. I'm not a huge guy and I'm not riding it on like really crazy rough, sharp rock stuff, so I can kind of get away with that. And it's still like pretty light. I also personally like to have a little bit less traction on the rear end than the front end because I want that rear tire to break loose easier in a corner. And I feel like if I'm trying to have both tires stick, I want the rear to break loose because I can control that a lot more than I can control if the front breaks loose. So I typically personally like to run something that has a bit more traction up front and a little bit less out back. So if I was on a downhill bike, I would probably do that DHF Dissector combo, and on a trail bike, I really like the DHR2 Rekon combo. Once again, getting even lighter. Dissector in the front, Rekon in the back. So that's basically, Dissector is going to be lighter than a DHR2 in the same sizes. The next bike I'm currently building right now is a Revel Ranger. It's a downcountry 115 millimeter travel bike. A little bit lighter weight, lighter duty than this thing. So I wanted a bit lighter and faster tires, and that's what Revel specs it with, and I really like that tire combo. Again, it's just a step down in weight from this combo. So that's the Dissector in the front and the Rekon in the back. Now we're bordering cross-country territory, right? So that was the tire combo for like 115 mil travel, down-country, light-duty trail bike. Now if we're talking cross-country bikes at 100 mil travel or hardtails, Rekon in the front, Rekon Race in the back. That's my favorite tire combo there. Even further down the line, if you're really a weight weenie and you're really looking for just absolute fastest rolling, lightest tires, Maxxis Ikon front and rear. So those are, that's it. That's all of them. Again, I left out a ton of different Maxxis models, but that's the point of this video. The point of this video is to tell you my personal favorite tire combos. Link below in the video description to a blog that kind of breaks these down in terms of weights and availability. And just, again, it excludes all the other Maxxis models. I know a huge issue in mountain bike tires is the amount of overlap, and it causes total decision paralysis. People look at a wall of Maxxis tires and they panic and they don't know what to do. And it's for good reason, because Maxxis has so many tires and they're so similar. Like, really trying to dissect the difference between a DHF and a DHR2 when they have the identical corner knobs and all these different compounds and widths, it'll make anyone explode. We made a video about the DHF versus the DHR2 that I thought was really funny, and we really kind of poked fun at that and how hard it is to tell the difference between those two things. So there's a ton of overlap in those things. This video, this blog below, lays out just my personal absolute favorite combos from sort of the heaviest and the grippiest all the way down to the lightest and the fastest and anywhere in between. So again, if you're focusing on just, you want pure grip, go towards that double ass combo. If you want pure speed, go towards that Ikon combo. And then where you find yourself in between, every notch on the thing there's not going to be overlap between the next one. It's going to get lighter and less traction all the way down from the double ass to the Ikon. Hope that video was helpful. Again, I know I went over that really fast, so go back, pause this, look at the blog below, and thanks for watching. See you next time.